You put your volume off on the phone?
Yeah.
Huh.
Way ahead of you.
That bag's not in the picture, is it? Yeah, we're live, folks. That's where it all goes down. It is.
Sober Talk with Brother Brandon, the Raging Cajun. It's the weekend, baby.
Welcome back to another Friday night. Sober Talk with Brother Brandon, the Raging Cajun, baby. It's the weekend, baby. And I hope everybody's having a beautiful end of their week. Man, we finally got some warmer weather right here in Bismarck, North Dakota. I mean, it feels a lot better than it did about a week ago. I can tell you that. The polar plunge, vortex, whatever you want to call it, it definitely came through North Dakota. And it's a great day to be alive, sober, and free, and joyous and happy. The true joy can't be faded. You know what I mean? It's a great day. So honored to have another 24 hours sober. So honored to be able to sit here on the other side of this camera and do what I do. Well, tonight's show is being sponsored by Tied for Second Sober Living and New Freedom Center. Beds are available. Just call 701-527-4000. Also, tonight's show is being sponsored by Serenity Bridge, Sober Living for Men, right here in Bismarck, North Dakota. If you're looking for a bed, fill out the application. Also, tonight's show is being sponsored by Preferred Heating and Air, right here in your Bisman area. If you need your furnace fixed, some lines flushed, or anything to do with heating and air, you can get your generator gas line hooked up. Call Preferred Heating and Air. Also, special shout out to Perry Recovery Center in Raleigh, North Dakota. Beds are available. If you are looking to get into treatment, give them a call. But I got a special guest in the house tonight. I got my man, Uchi Bobby. No more geeking and tweaking. What's happening with you, man?
What's up, buddy?
How your day going?
Fantastic.
Man, that's good. I'm glad you came, brother. So how was your day?
It's been a great day.
A great day?
Yeah, fiance got her hair done.
Yeah.
Got a new guitar.
You play the guitar?
Yeah,
Man,
20 years.
you should have brought it with you.
I didn't know I could.
Ding, 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 ding. I used to play the banjo back in the day. Nah, I'm just playing. But Bobby, how long have you been sober and clean?
I just got my 90 days on Tuesday.
Congratulations, bro. You're 90 days away from 6 months. You know what I'm saying? And I've been knowing Bobby for a while now. I met Bobby. Let's see, I've been in this game. Next month it'll make 7 years. And I met him probably right after I made 1 year sober. I remember you asked me if I could work with you, and we did our thing. And we'll be on half of Sober Talk with Brother Brandon. You get one of the Sober Talk hoodies, my brother, and that's for you.
Appreciate you.
Well, thank you. Where are you originally from?
Rural North Dakota. Went through grade school out in New Salem. Went through high school down in Linton.
Okay. Edmonds County, huh?
Yeah,
Country boy.
a little bit.
So how was it growing up in your household?
Mom and dad worked. They had stable jobs. There was a lot of misplaced anger from my end of things.
Mm-hmm.
I got adopted when I was about 9, and it took a long time to actually rebuild a relationship with them. And
Mm-hmm.
beyond that, grew up hunting, fishing, and heavy metal music.
Heavy metal music and hunting and fishing. Ain't that something? What's the biggest fish you ever caught?
47-inch northern.
A 47-inch northern? That's what's up. I know they got a lot of ice fishing going on right now.
Yeah, you ain't getting me on the ice.
Do you think you're
Not
gonna
like
fall
that.
through?
Nah, you got some people that are out there lighting fires on the middle of the ice.
Right.
Hell no, I'm staying on solid land.
And shout out to the Zach Shack that builds ice houses, the best ice houses in North Dakota. Man, that man took me ice fishing for my first time, and it was in like a hovercraft ice. It was a boat, a dune buggy, and a ice fishing hut all in one. I mean, I was like, man, it can go on land, ice, and water. That's how you go ice fishing.
All right, all
And
right.
so how old were you? Remember trying drugs or alcohol? Whatever one came first.
I started drinking when I was a young kid. Having a beer, a couple shots with my grandpa, and I started smoking weed when I was somewhere between 10 and 13.
Okay. Around getting out of elementary school, going into middle school.
Yeah, right in that area.
Um, Played any sports?
No, I was all 457 pounds of white. I was not a sports kid. I was a gamer.
Okay, you was a gamer.
Yeah.
But they should have had you on the front line, offensive tackle. You might be playing for the Vikings right now. um, so did you graduate?
Yeah.
You did? What year?
2014, I graduated.
Okay, the class of 2014 right here. How did that feel?
I was just happy to be done with school.
Yep. You wasn't a school guy, huh?
No, I just wanted to go to work.
Okay, so where did you go to work? What did you
Uh,
do?
when I graduated high school, I started with over-the-road elevator construction, and I went to butcher shop work, and
Oh, so you know you know how to use the knife.
yeah, still do.
Okay,
Still doing it in the barbecue pit.
okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Um, how were your 20s? Are you still in your 20s?
29.
29. Okay. So you graduated high school, then what happened?
Uh, when I was doing the over the road elevator construction, drinking really took over, and that's when everything else kicked in.
Yeah.
So for probably a good 7 years of it, it's all really just kind of a blur.
When did you start using meth?
Uh, I mean, I tried it throughout high school, but I really picked up once I was doing over the road, and right after about 21, I really took off with it.
Okay. And um, did you ever like shoot it, snort it, smoke it? Like what was your choice of how to get
Smoker,
use a bowl roller, huh?
yeah, straight lokes.
Okay.
I was never a fan of anything else really.
Right. And what's the longest you ever stood up on speed?
Uh, are we not counting when you blink and 13 hours pass?
I know. I'm just saying about like, do you remember the longest you ever like stood up hallucinating out your mind, the worst stuff that can ever happen?
Uh, 20, 30 days.
Yeah. I'm glad you're still alive with us, brother. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You ever overdosed?
Nah,
No.
I know I've had alcohol poisoning 10 too many times.
You have to go to the hospital?
No, I was blessed enough to be able to wake up.
Okay. Um, how many treatments have you been to?
I Right now I'm an outpatient at Summit, and this is my fourth one.
Fourth time?
Yep.
And what's different this time, you think?
Um,
Well, I met you, I don't know, when we met was probably like 2019.
Something like that.
And and you were smaller and you wore a bandana on your head and you was in F5, I believe.
Yep.
And then you did the thing for a while and then you disappeared. Or I seen your mugshot, one of the two.
Yeah.
You wasn't ready?
No, I just didn't really know how.
Hmm.
I knew what I was supposed to do, but I just couldn't pull myself out of it.
Right. So what's the longest you've been sober?
Um, of my own volition,
Yeah.
just 90 days
Just the longest?
since I was probably 14, 15. Yeah.
Okay.
Unless it's been locked up.
Yep.
This is the only 90 I've had my own free will.
How long have you stood sober locked up?
200 something days out of the year.
Okay. So this the longest in the free world.
Yeah.
What made you want to get sober this time?
Can't handle the crazy.
Huh?
Can't handle the crazy. Can't handle my crazy. Can't handle the crazy in the home, the trailer courts,
Right.
this, that, and the next. I can't do it no more.
Hmm.
I can't handle being able to like not stand myself.
Right.
And
So you just had enough.
pretty much enough is enough, and that was it. I want to do something better for my kid and my fiance, and I was left with an ultimatum.
How many kids you got?
I got one biological son
Hmm.
and three stepkids.
Okay. And I'm pretty sure they want to see you sober.
Yeah,
You did any traveling? You ever left
all
North
over,
Dakota?
all over.
What was probably one of the best places you saw?
Um,
Like most beautiful or whatever was intriguing to you?
Probably either North Ventura's out in Cali or Marquette up off Lake Superior in Michigan.
Okay. Was that beautiful?
Yeah,
So that's
trees are so thick you can't drive through them. You can't get a four-wheeler between them.
yeah.
They hollow them out down the middle just so you can drive through it.
Yeah. That's beautiful to a man coming from the flatland.
Right?
Yeah. Um, what treatment facilities have you been to?
I've been to Per Recovery Center twice for inpatient.
Shout out to Prairie Recovery Center. Great people over there.
Amazing people.
Yep.
Um, this is my second time with Summit for outpatient. I've been working with West Central for better 5 years.
So they know you.
Yeah, they know me first name basis by the back of my head.
They call you Bobby or they call you Robert?
Little of both.
I call him OG Bobby. Tweaking and geeking. But he ain't tweaking and geeking no more. That's over with. You know what I mean? Everybody out there, if you see him walking on the street tweaking and geeking, pull over and throw him in your trunk and drop him off in treatment.
Yeah, I need it then.
Well, I'm proud of you, brother. Um, how's your love life?
Love my fiance.
Yep. And so y'all both doing the sober thing together?
Yep, she's just 5 days behind me.
Well, that's what's up. That's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? And y'all got to keep each other accountable, but you got to have your own mission at the same time. You know what I mean? You got to keep you straight. Got you a good job.
Yeah, working over at Fire Pit Barbecue.
Shout out to Fire Pit, man. Man, that place is, you can't say nothing bad about Fire Pit.
Daryl's an amazing boss.
Yeah.
This
I like when he cooks shrimp.
shrimp boil.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
like when he got shrimp on the menu.
yeah, that's fan favorite.
Yeah.
What was it, Thursday nights?
Oh, I just seen it. I think it was New Year's Day. I seen he had shrimp on there. I went grab me a little pound and a half. It was delicious. And how's your using dreams?
Uh, they're getting less and less, but when they do come up, I usually have them for about 5, 6 days. I'm tossing and turning awake every 2 hours, but then it's a few weeks sleeping like a baby.
Okay. How do you deal with that though when you wake up? Well, first of all, what is a using dream? Describe it to somebody out there that maybe don't never had a using dream.
Using dreams are kind of a vivid, lucid dream where it's almost so surreal that when you wake up from that using dream, when you got high in that dream, you wake up and sometimes you almost feel like you're actually high,
Right.
where you got to check yourself and you got to take a look around and like, okay, I'm not living that life anymore.
Right. And you think most people go have them? I know I did. Like in my first year of sobriety, I had using. I remember when I was 3 months sober, 90 days, and I woke up and I swear I thought I relapsed. And I was like, it's a nightmare. You know what I mean? I was in sober living still. And I was like, man, I'm glad that dream wasn't real. You know what I mean?
It's really gone more so from oh my gosh, nightmare part to it. It's just kind of a reminder of why I don't anymore, why I wanted to stop, like what I'm gonna lose.
Right. It's good to talk to somebody about it too. You know what I mean? Don't just keep it in your head. It's good to like call your sponsor or call somebody and tell them, hey, this is what happened. Can you tell me what your thoughts on this? Somebody from the outside. And so I know that it happens. some people might say it never happened to them, but 90% and above people pretty much it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? You're gonna wake up sweating and be like, man, glad that was still a dream. You know what I mean?
Right?
Um, how you think you stay sober on a daily basis now? Do you go to meetings? What do you do?
I go to meetings when I'm not working. I take the time and, we stay with a couple sponsors, and I take the time to reach out to them. And I got a commitment over at Serenity Place. Do the Sunday meeting over there
In the morning?
at 11 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah, that way I can meet with Mike.
Okay. So you got a sponsor.
I got a few of them.
Okay. Tell
Guy right here.
tell the people out there what a sponsor is.
Um, Honestly, I'm still learning a lot about it. This is really my first time, like, really taking it seriously and keeping an open mind with it. Really, really taking the time to go through the big book with somebody. But a sponsor is someone that they're gonna help keep you accountable.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna call you on your bullshit. There's been a couple times, like, I've called you middle of the night, 2 o'clock in the morning. I screwed up. I messed up. I'm down out. It's freezing outside. You remember what you told me?
What?
I'm gonna stay right here in this comfy warm bed, but I'll sit on the phone with you all night long.
Yeah.
And they'll be
That's
there
what I
for
said.
you.
I was real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know what? It made me. It was enough of a push that made me want something better, and it went from sleeping on the street to, at the very least, I pushed enough for couches,
Mm-hmm.
and more, even with the work thing. I see a lot of sponsors help people get jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And when they call you out, you gotta be sober when you come to work.
Yeah.
They know when you're bullshitting.
Senior. That boy, it was negative 40 outside. That boy showed up with a wife beater on and a freezy pop in his mouth. Boy showed up with a wife beater on and a freezy pop in his mouth at 6:30 in the morning. Talk
You
about
high? No.
God. But hey, I've been there. I know how that feels. You know what I mean? I know the shame of that. And then you sitting there thinking, should I go to work? Should I not go to work? You know what I mean? Or I know exactly, I know exactly the shoes that you walked in. And I'm glad I don't have to live like that no more. You know what I mean?
Amen. I'd rather have the problems I have today than the ones I had before.
Right. So what do you think about like all the destruction that's going on in the world right now? Like the fires out west, uh, the elections, the so-called terrorist attacks and everything like that. I kind of think fentanyl is a terrorist attack. You know what I mean? If you think about it at a bigger outview, what do you think? You know what I mean?
Um, I know fentanyl is an epidemic. I've lost a lot of really good friends to it. I've seen a lot of really good people go down a, a lot worse than a bad path.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the fires over there in California, they're affecting a lot of people that I actually really care about, and it's a shame
Right.
because they're just letting it happen.
I think the media, they like that to put fear into people. You know what I mean? And that's just, but the fentanyl, it's the real terrorist attack. You know what I mean? If you didn't get the memo 10 years ago, or 7, 8, 9 years ago, you got hit with the terrorist attack. You know what I mean? And it's sad, but it's reality. You know? Um, where do you see yourself 6 months from now?
6 months from now, I want my own house or apartment.
Right,
It's even if you're staying with a sponsor, 29 years old, it ain't cool to move back to your parents' basement.
right. What how are you gonna keep it though? If God blesses you and which he will bless you with what you need, how are you gonna keep it once you get it? Like once you get that place and it's nice and it's better than a reservation and you know what I mean? You comfort.
Faith without works is dead.
There you go.
You gotta put into it what you want to get out of it.
Amen to that, my brother. Sing it. And so what's one of the darkest points of your life that you remember when you was ripping and running, doing meth and drinking and running the streets?
Yeah. Uh,
Paint a picture for us.
there's an ex of mine that I had,
A what?
one of my exes,
Okay.
and we were over at one of the restaurants by the truck stop out there.
Yeah.
Told her, all right, I got to run outside. I got to take care of something. Left my phone on the table, left my wallet on the table, and I took off and I ran. I ran as fast as as fast as my fat ass could go, all the way across to Mandan. And I didn't tell her where I was going. I didn't say where I was going. And I took off completely out of the blue, and I'm sitting there banging on a buddy of mine's door from a few years prior. Like, I need your help.
Yeah.
3, 4 days later, when I came in, he took my phone right away.
Right.
All right, I'm cutting you off. You ain't talking to nobody. You want help? We're taking that old life out of here.
Uh-huh.
And 3, 4 days later, she shows up at the door.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knew where I was, but she still found me.
Yeah. You
And
ain't hard to find.
and
You can see that walking down Rasa. You know what I mean?
and just a lot of things that ended up happening so fast. You know, I got one person ran me from one way, one person ran me from another way. I got no place to go, no place to hide. I'm already running around not acting right. Now she found me on top of it, and I couldn't get out of it. I couldn't get out of it. And my buddy pulls me aside and he's like, watch this little video.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting there watching his phone and it's a video of the living room and she's sitting there dumping drain cleaner in the half a bottle of Coke I had beside the couch.
Mm-hmm. Your ex?
Yeah,
Okay. She was trying to get you, huh?
yeah. Yeah, right about there was one of them points where it was like, well, I'm better off locked up at this rate.
Right. It was getting dark, huh?
When you finally decide that it's a better point to be incarcerated than it is to be out running around, there's your sign.
How many mug shots you think you got? No, I'm serious.
Let's go with 20 plus, 30 plus.
Yeah, I seen about 15 of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's maybe one or two out of all of them that are decent looking.
Yeah.
The rest of them are all, yeah, it's pretty run down, pretty ragged.
I'm proud of you, brother. I know eventually you got to get tired of living like that. You know what I mean? I know I did. It took me a while. I had a lot of rascal in me. You know what I mean? I ain't changed till I was 35. It was like addiction is like having sex with a gorilla. You know what I mean? It ain't over till the gorilla say it's over with. You know what I mean? I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
man.
I can't do that no more though.
Yep. If you had another chance in life like you do right now, and somebody else out there could have that same chance, what would you tell them? Like, how can they keep that chance, that blessing? Because you know when you play Monopoly, you got community, chess, and you got chance. If you get chance, it could be anything. But if it's something good, what are your words of wisdom to tell somebody else?
Well, see, I can't stand Monopoly. Anytime I pick chance, I always get do not collect $250, do not pass go, go
That's
directly to
usually you.
jail.
Yeah.
So my best advice, run, take that opportunity. It's not a handout, it's an opportunity.
Yeah.
If you can actually do right, take that chance to do right because once you're stuck, you're stuck.
Right. You ain't lying. Once the snake bites you, it's hard to get away from it. I can tell you that. It took me a long time. And it took God just a couple seconds. You know? Do you believe in God?
Yeah,
Do you believe in a higher something that's greater than yourself?
I do believe in God. I am Christian. I do believe in the higher power amongst the groups and the God as we understood him.
Yep.
I do hold a lot of value in that.
Mm-hmm.
He's my best friend.
There you go.
You know, when you slip on the ice and you bust it in the patch of snow behind you, it's good to talk to him like a friend because very funny. All right, your sense of humor. I
Right.
get it. Slow down a little bit.
Mm-hmm. So, if you could visit anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Um, I actually got to do that this last Christmas.
What was that?
I got to go back out to the farm and see my grandparents for the first time in probably 8 years.
How was that?
That was hard.
Yeah, was it good though?
It was a good difficult.
Yeah. Sober.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, Have you ever had any road rage incidents?
Too many.
Tell us about it. Tell us
Uh,
about one you can look back at now and you'd be like, man, that was stupid.
um, road rage incidents that I can look back and say was stupid. I knew the transmission was going out in my vehicle
Okay.
at
I
the
can relate
time,
to that.
and I knew it was slipping. Transmission was getting too hot. The lights blinking at me on the dash,
Yep.
and I can feel it at the light. Like, this is my one shot. I got to get to where I'm going. Like, nobody better get in front of me.
Right.
And someone cuts me off, so I flew off the handle. I pinned it
Right.
straight to the ground and took the ditch and everything. Took the culvert,
Yeah.
and things sputtered out after I hit the culvert and everything. And I took the title out of the glove box, signed it for the actual seller signature,
Yeah.
left it in the windshield wiper, and I said free in the dirt on the side of the vehicle.
That sounds like some messed up stuff.
Oh, that was definitely the methmobile.
Yeah. Can you look back at that stuff now and say, man, I was tripping?
Oh yeah, a lot,
Yeah.
a lot of times.
Yep. Have you ever tried to find your biological parents or whoever they
Um,
were?
I my biological mother is still in my life.
Okay.
Uh, Reggie adopted me when I was 8, 9 years old, and then he married my mother,
Okay.
Jessica. And then, you know, they're wonderful, loving parents. They're great parents. They do everything they can with what they have, and if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have made it.
Right. Amen to that. You got any shout outs?
Love you, mom and dad.
Yep. And grandma and grandpa.
Yep. And grandma and grandpa.
And your wife?
Love you, Nicole.
Yep. And who else? Who else been helping you?
Right here.
I'm talking about other people.
Other people.
Well, thanks for the shout out, but I'm talking about other people. Thanks for your
Um,
job, everything you're grateful for. Who's all the people out there you want to give a shout out to?
Zach and Darren down there at Prairie Recovery Center.
Yep.
They really took the time to listen to a person and help a person out. And Mike over at Serenity Place, he's always been an awesome support. I got a lot of love for a lot of people out there, man.
Yeah, shout out to the fire pit again. You can go check OG Bobby. He's back there on the ones and twos back there getting stuff cooked right. Well, I want to thank you for coming tonight, brother. You know what I mean? But I want to pray with you before you go. Is that okay? Okay. God, thank you for waking us up today. God, thank you for waking Bobby up today, my brother. We've been knowing each other for almost 7 years now, and I asked you just to look over Bobby. His 90 days of sobriety. Just cast a shield, some armor that covers him and cloaks him from any negativity, that anything that could take him off the right path or bring him harm. Let him stay away from the devil, stay away from drugs, stay away from meth and the Rossovation, to be able to be the man that he is supposed to be. And anybody out there listening, send prayers for my man Robert, aka Bobby. In your name, amen.
Amen.
Yeah, that's what's up, brother. Well, I'm proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing. Thanks for coming. Enjoy the hoodie. You know what I mean?
Appreciate it.
Shout out to Tide for Seconds, Sober Living, and New Freedom Center for this beautiful studio. Shout out to Prairie Recovery Center, Serenity Bridge, Treasures of the Sea and Earth, the House of Faith. Don't forget J Dobo, your leading spice in the land. If you ain't sneezing, it ain't seasoning, baby. And next weekend, right here in the Bisman area at the Baymont in Mandan, they will be having the Rule 62 conference, because every January they bring in the best speakers from all over the nation, all over the world. Speakers come from different countries, and it's a recovery conference. It lasts Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Don't miss it. The Baymont, right here in Bismarck, North Dakota. A lot of great activities happening in the community. So stay tuned. And if you can't stay sober, catch your Uber. In the words of my great grand sponsor, Jack Height, if nobody told you yet, we love you, baby. Grease and taking grease.
Sober Talk with Brother Brandon, the Raging Cajun. It's the
Yeah, that was cool,
weekend,
right?
baby.